August Jake here to take a look at an off-brand blaster as off-brand can get. Now, what this is the Blastron Sigma Rifle. Now, preceding off-brand reviews, especially when there's enough there to be funny, got to do a box reading. I used to do this, if you remember my cheap blaster series, going back to where I reviewed like stuff like Dollar Tree blasters, which I may, once there's enough of those, I may do that again. I've got a few set aside. So one of those videos might be coming up down the road. But this is actually the Blastron Sigma Rifle. I picked this up at a place called Rose's. It's locally here. It's part of a wholesale retailer group. So it goes under different names across the country, but like in the central part of the eastern half of the United States down to the southeast, there's some stores called Rose's. And this happens to be where I picked this up for $15. So please watch. It helps me to offset some of these really bad purchases. Because, yeah, you know going into this, it's bad. But this thing, right off the bat, they're bragging about 10 darts. That's a good sign. And the Sigma rifle includes 3 targets, which these are absolutely a knockoff of X-Shot, as is the whole blaster. And you get to see just how apparent that really is. It's like a knockoff from something from, 8-10 years ago, and then they found a way to downgrade it. We're going to get some more. And the kid's about as deadpan as I am with some of these statements. No excitement there. On the back, you get to find out that how much of a copycat company this really is. We have copies of X-Shot and Nerf. They're copying 2 of the big 4 companies. Because, of course, big 4 is Nerf, Busby, Dart Zone, and X-Shot. We've got, of course, if you're familiar with X-Shot, you know that's been around forever. That's their over and under. You break the barrel open, load it, close it, pump it, fire it. It's been around forever. It's the multi-step loading blaster. And, of course, this one over here is the Hurricane. This the X-Shot Hurricane, just 1-to-1. And this is the full rifle style version. And then we got their mimic of the X-Shot Reflex. And then, of course, go to Nerf blaster. Put that over there. Oh, and they claim 80 feet as a range. 80 feet. So they copied Nerf's range claims. Well, maybe a little more conservative. So let's take a look at this Blastron Sigma Rifle. Now I've got it loaded. We'll go ahead and close that. It is 100% a 1-to-1 copy of the old X-Shot blaster. And just in their colors. And it's minus the, I thought it was required, orange tip for, US sold blasters, but obviously not. I've got a few darts loaded up. The included darts are horrendous. I'm not using them. I did try. They jammed. They had issues. They flopped out of the barrel. It was horrific event after horrific event. So we're using a different dart. I'll disclose that here in a second. So firing into my dart catcher. Plop. Try again. Nope. Oh, it's a jam. That happens. And the mag well is both tight and sometimes really easy to misalign. Plop. And that one actually had some decent sound to it. I am 6 feet away from my dart catcher. This thing took a 4-foot curve to the right. See if I have any shots left. I do have one left. This last one. And plop. I say plop because this barely exceeds 50 feet per second. That's with X-Shot darts. And not the new ones. This is the previous generation. Actually, 2 generations ago. Because these are the Excel darts, as you can tell by the tip. But the last generation of Excel darts that they phased out in favor of their waffle tips, they were full length. This does not accept those. It does not accept any dart that is full length. It only accepts the oddball Chinese 3/4 darts or the original generation X-Shot Excel dart from, like I said, about 8 years ago, maybe 10 at this point. But that is the only thing that fits in this. And oddly enough, that's the only mag that fits it is this mag. It doesn't even accept the X-Shot mags. Not even the old ones from the previous generation, because I still have one of the bows, and that used the same mag as, you know, the other X-Shot, you know, shorter length blasters, and it wouldn't accept that mag. It's the only one I still have from them. So tried it, and it only accepts this mag, and you only get one mag. And it only accepts these darts. The included ones were even worse performance. I was getting down into the upper 30s. So that 80-foot range claim is just hilarious. But it only accepts X-Shot Excel darts, which I actually have quite a few because classic Busby blasters can fire X-Shot Excel darts just fine. Actually, they outperform this. So this is a prime example of off-brand going so off-brand that it's no longer good at all. Not even if you were a kid, just, you know, here's a toy, have fun. No, you couldn't. See, now, this, well, let's be harsh. This waste of plastic was $15. Now, people sometimes wonder why I'm such a huge proponent of something like the Busby Revolution. This is $10, as you can clearly see there on the sticker. I bought this for $10 at my local Dollar General. Compared to stuff like this at $15, that shouldn't even be taking up shelf space, even if you're not a Busby fan, you have to admit this thing is way superior. And if you're not a serious blaster enthusiast, you're just a kid, wants to play with something, this is going to frustrate you because it jams, malfunctions. This, on the other hand, outperforms all the Nerf blasters that you're seeing on the shelves. And I mean by actual Nerf brand. Because this thing fires at 80, 85 feet per second. I had a couple of them that I've tested and reviewed that hit over 90. And these are reliable, comfortable, feel quite a bit better than this. And this thing has about the weight of some Nerf stocks. And I'm not exaggerating that. If we were to put this on a balance, it weighs probably about as much as some of the heavier Nerf stocks. You know, so not a lot of quality. So kind of make fun of the off-brand stuff. Sometimes there's a diamond in the rough, but this is the rough that you have to buff off the diamond. So, Blastron Sigma Rifle, no, it's more of the suck rifle. And I'm somebody who's pretty positive and optimistic on blasters. But instead of spending the $15, I should have just grabbed another one of these and modded it up, which I actually did. Same place. They had them there as well. This one didn't come from there, obviously, because it has a Dollar General sticker on it. But they had them for $9.99 there. So by comparison, the same store that had this for $15 still had those for $10. So Busby Revolution all the way. But that's the Blastron Sigma Rifle. Should I even show it again? That's the Blastron Sigma Rifle. Hope you enjoyed this. More of a fun time to poke and jab at the poor thing. I might, don't hold me to this, I might take the time to open it up and see what I can do with it. Actually, you know what? I probably will. Because sometimes that's the most fun part of all of this. No, I won't. I probably won't be going full sealed breech or anything. Maybe. It's a shame that it doesn't have the compatible magwell, because that would make it worth more, you know, a little more effort being put into it. Oh well. But it's Mongo Shake saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this.